let's find out what's going on in South Bay. We got this video on daily updates. EFF members kicked out of Parliament for asking Ramaphosa about USA trip. So when this video gets 500 likes, I got another one actually where they got kicked out again for asking about him using bodyguards or something like that. So let's get into this, man.
Parliamentary question will be asked by the Honourable Matwe.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. President, what you just said now is not different from what you've been saying over the years. The reality is that your own government has not grown this economy by more than 2%. We're talking today, your own government revised the economic growth that they put last month from 1.8 to 1.4. So there is no economic growth that is—
Well, it went down.
In the medium term. You have not been able, President, to reduce the high levels of unemployment. You have not been able, President, to shield the poor from the high cost of living. We've seen the Minister of Finance now attempting to increase the fuel levy, which will deepen the crisis of our country. So we saw you taking a trip to the US last week. And we're asking ourselves, what strategic economic interventions are you trying to lock in? Because
good question.
You went there to mend relations. How is your trip going to assist us, President?
Thank you, Honourable Member. Your time has expired.
President, you dismally failed, Deputy Speaker, to finish, to protect the constitutional ruling that
Honourable Member,
that
your time has expired.
Oh, I knew she was going to talk about that.
Your time has expired.
And does not incite violence. So,
Honourable Matwe, I am now cautioning you. You are going
Julius addressed
your
that.
time, and you are not acting. Honourable Matwe, you honourable members.
She telling me you have to protect
the
me.
Opportunity. Honourable Matwe, you are now 40
from
seconds
what words
over your time.
Deputy, I was disrupted by these people.
No, Honourable Member, there was no interruption. Honourable Matwe, will you please sit down? Honourable Matwe, I am now cautioning you. Honourable Matwe, will you please leave the chamber?
Oh, man.
Honourable Matwe, I have been cautioning you.
She getting kicked out
a number of times.
like that?
I'm asking you because you are ignoring and disrespecting the chair.
No.
Honourable Matwe, I have asked you to please leave the chamber.
Chairperson,
Yes,
you
she
only
must
count
kindly
the
leave,
ones.
Speaker.
How many questions must you give a member before you eject them from the
Right,
Which I
that's the
have.
first
There
time.
once, you
No,
said that
I did
question
not.
You.
I said
Then she
caution
stepped down.
times. No, after 46 seconds. Honourable Matwe,
She on
please
that.
leave the chamber. That is my instruction. If you do not want to, Sergeant at Arms, could you please assist?
Oh, man.
Deputy Speaker, is it because he was touching you on the Americans? You can't do that.
Sergeant at Arms.
No, Deputy Speaker, that's not how we operate. No, that's not how we operate. You want the member. You only just told her that she has spoken over 40 seconds. And after that, she must leave the house. That's not how we work.
It's getting active, man. It's getting active, bro.
For the time, and did not stop them.
Honourable Mente, I am also cautioning you. That is now the second one. Honourable Mente and the Sergeant at Arms, I am now calling the Sergeant at Arms.
Doesn't change the fact, Deputy Speaker, you can remove us from this
You need
house.
to follow the rules of Parliament when I speak.
That's true.
The farmer is a
I've seen people get kicked out, and they don't get kicked out that easily. I don't know. Like, she asked one question and got kicked out. Like,
and therefore constitute to a hate speech. That's why you are sitting on that chair.
You are trying very hard to impress Julius on our time. Stop it and go out.
I fuck off when
An auction of impressing Julius Malema, man. Can you go out? You don't have time.
you are scared of white people.
Honorable Speaker.
We are worshipping white people here.
Honorable
shots fired. Yo, they on Zoom too, by the way.
Scared of white people when I speaker. You are scared of white people.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
I'm not recognizing anyone now. You may not, in terms of the rules, intervene at any point
But
whilst
Deputy
a
Speaker,
member
our
is
hands are up
asking.
here. Can you recognize us as well?
I have just ruled, Honorable Mkalipi, you should know the rules, that whilst someone is being removed, that you may not interrupt the process.
Yeah, she got
because
kicked
then
out for
you are
real.
also in breach of the rules. So I am cautioning you, Honorable Mkalipi.
She better chill before she get kicked out too.
All members of the EFF out of that
Honorable
house because you're
Mkalipi, I am cautioning you now for the second time.
Oh, how come she gets the second time, but she only got one?
But Deputy
Like,
Speaker, why are you saying
Honorable
you're questioning
Mkalipi,
me while
that
I'm
is now the
quiet?
third time that I'm cautioning you.
But I'm
Third
quiet. Why are you
time.
calling my name while I'm quiet?
Honorable Mkalipi from
Hey,
the
keep
platform.
quiet. You are not quiet when I'm calling. Keep
Hey,
quiet.
shut up, Wena Piri, shut up.
No way. These are politicians,
You're
bro,
scared of white
arguing
people,
on
Deputy
Zoom
Speaker.
in
now
court.
proceed.
Well, in Parliament. Like,
You're scared of white
No
people.
no
Honorable Deputy Speaker, can I
way.
rise on a
Very
point of
scared.
order?
Honorable
Getting kicked
members,
out.
I'm now cautioning you on the platform. You have not been recognized. And we will now proceed. Honorable Mkaula, order. Honorable Mente, what is your point of order?
Okay.
The point of order is on you, Speaker, and your unfairness. Honorable Piri there on the platform has been speaking. You have never questioned him. You have never thrown him out.
Honorable
Yet
Mente,
Mkalipi, you have thrown her out. For what good reason?
Honorable Mente, focus.
No, you are unfair. You are unfair. I'm very focused. You are
Honorable
unfair.
Mente, I am now cautioning you
She's
for
only
the third time.
concentrating
Damn.
on
How many
EFF
people are getting
member.
kicked out
Honorable
today?
member
You're only
of the
concentrating
MK.
on EFF member.
Honorable member, I have made a ruling and you do know what you have to do. Once a ruling has been made, you can go to the speaker and then to the rules committee. Honorable President, please proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I just have a point of order.
Thank you,
You
Honorable.
can't have a point of order. The
Oh
ruling
my
has been
God.
made. The ruling
I didn't know the president was standing there this whole time ready to talk. What? That's
has
crazy.
been made.
Honorable members on the platform.
That the ruling has been made. The ruling has been made.
Honorable members on the platform. Order.
May you grant me, Honorable.
Honorable Tutetse, I'm going to remove you from the platform now. Please remove the member from the platform.
Dang.
Honorable
Booted.
Mente, I have
Getting
now
kicked
cautioned
off
you
a
a number of times.
live
I am going to
Parliament
next time
meeting is
now
crazy.
ask you to leave the chamber. The same honorable member of the MK. Honorable member of the MK, do you know the rules that if a ruling has been made on the same matter, you cannot raise another point of order? So is this a new point of order? Honorable member, then you go to the rules committee with your complaint. And please do, honorable member, order. We will now proceed, Honorable President.
This is like high school, bro. I'm telling y'all.
Thank you,
Like,
Honorable
literally.
Deputy Speaker. I've now forgotten what the question was.
I don't blame him, bro. I don't blame him.
But well, there was a question. I guess I need to respond to it. I think the honorable member's question was, what is it that we sought to achieve by going to the United States?
Yes,
And
sir.
I think that does require an answer. We were very clear.
Order, honorable members, Honorable Mkaula.
Can the man
Honorable member, I'm not
speak?
recognizing you now. Honorable President, please proceed.
Thank you. The issue of relations between South Africa and the United States was an issue that occupied many people's minds in our country, and many had raised concerns about the deteriorating.
I love Monday to
Oh, come on.
Relationship between our two was the issue of relations between we were very
Order, honourable members, Honourable Mkaula. Honourable member, I'm not recognising you now. Honourable President, please proceed.
Thank you. The issue of relations between South Africa and the United States was an issue that occupied many people's minds in our country, and many had raised concerns about the deteriorating relationship between our two countries, having recognized the important role that both our countries play in each other's economy, apart from various political relations, diplomatic relations. And we realized that the impact on our country's economy would be adverse unless we were able to repair or reset the relationship between our two countries. And to this end, in a telephone conversation with President Trump, when we were discussing other global matters such as Russia and Ukraine, we agreed that we should meet. And it was to this end that we traveled to the United States with a delegation that all of you would have seen as it was broadly televised. We really had three objectives. The first was to reset the relationship between two trading partners, partners that have had dealings over many years and where we invest in each other's economies. The United States has some 601 companies that are invested in South Africa.
Dang, that's a lot of companies.
Similarly have a number of companies that have invested.
And I wonder, 601, I wonder how many companies are in South Africa, though, owned by South Africans, doing as good as those 602.
In the United States, a number of our jobs that have invested in the United States, a number of our jobs, some of the sectors that would be affected would be agriculture, the auto sector, and the steel and aluminum sector, and a number of other sectors that make machines, and the mining sector where we sell critical minerals to the United States would be adversely affected if the relations were not straightened out. So it was to this end that we were motivated to reset that relationship.
And did y'all do that?
Second objective
did it work?
Was to set up a process of engagement between the United States and South Africa. There had hitherto been a process of disengaging, where we were no longer really engaging at a government level to deal with issues that governments normally deal with on an ongoing basis. And we wanted to engage on tariffs, on investments, and related matters.
I wonder what their ambassadors are doing.
And the third objective was to discuss the G20 and to highlight the important role that a country like the United States, which is the largest economy in the world, plays in the activities of the G20, which we are so deeply immersed in and having the responsibility of leading, and that it's important for the United States to engage with the G20 process and ultimately to entice the leader of the United States to come to the Leaders' Summit at the end of the year. So broadly, those were our objectives. And there could be a fourth one, which would be just the promotion of investment by American companies and South African companies in each other's economies. So we do believe that we achieved those.
Oh, they did? Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. Did they?
Engagement with the American government has started. Soon after we left Washington, the engagement has now commenced, and there are discussions that are happening in relation to tariffs, in relation to investments, and we believe that we have reset the relationship despite what we could have seen on television. We were able to have a much more meaningful discussion and meeting with President Trump and his representatives during the quiet room where we had lunch together and had meaningful exchanges on a number of issues. And we do believe that the engagement will continue through the G20 process.
Interesting.
So,
and that's true. I know they talked off camera, by the way. They had to have talked more than that, so I believe him.
That was the main objective of the visit, and we do believe that the United States continuing to play such a big role in the life of our economy, it was necessary and important for us to go and engage with them, because many of our people's jobs are dependent on our economic dealings with the United States. Thank you, Honorable.
I respect that. Okay. Well, he gave us answers like we asked for them. It's up to y'all if y'all want to believe that the relationship was reset. If y'all want to believe that, you know, their talks about investments and tariffs, like they just stopped talking. So before this, they weren't no word at all until they met in person. I don't believe that, because they have embassies in different countries. They have ambassadors there. So I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, bro.